The following videos are shot at Taunton Police Station April 2024 and Cardiff Police Station in May 2024, where I attempted to report serious crimes and abuses by DVLA staff that has endangered mine and others' lives and lost me hundreds of thousands of pounds and destroyed my quality of life that I once knew due to the unlawful loss of my right to drive. But instead of dealing with the overt unlawful conduct and crimes by DVLA staff, the police officers partook in provocative, unlawful conduct against me, the victim, and made false allegations, as you will hear, I assume in order to try to provoke a compulsive emotional reaction from me. I guess in order to try to bring criminal charges, in order to try to silence me and stop me from exposing misconduct by DVLA staff, numerous police officers, judges, court staff, HMCTS, HM Land Registry, MPs, the SRA, lawyers and many, many other parties. In my first video I released, I made clear the most immediate and pressing danger I faced was with the police and the judiciary. I was not wrong. These are just two of numerous provocative and harmful events conducted against me by the police and other parties, some of which have endangered my life. I will release a longer video shortly on YouTube, Truth Total UK, and Rumble, Truth UK, evidencing further provocative action by the police. This is not correct. No, I had a license.
Calm down.
I'm just stepping back because you're making issue here.
No.
Right.
I'm just telling you what you've told me.
Right. No. So I'm just letting you know I had a license. Please, you have to understand.
I'm listening to you. I'm just asking you to calm down a little.
I am calm.
Okay.
I'm perfectly calm. I'm not at all violent. Just so you know.
Cool with that.
So there's no need to go down that road. Okay.
No, you get a bit animated. That's all.
I'm allowed to, I don't have to talk in a micro level, okay?
Yeah.
So please don't start micromanaging my voice.
Okay, but if you're going to start shouting again,
I'm not shouting. I'm not shouting. I'm not shouting. I'm not shouting. I'm stepping back, and I'm not shouting. I'm totally non-violent.
Yeah.
So please don't go down that route. Okay. So now I had a license. Okay. I had a license. Please understand that. Yeah. It's a simple logic. I had a license.
So you told.
Just come in there. So you are now refusing, literally, you are refusing, let's be clear here. Here's a form that is unlawful. Okay. You're refusing point blank to take this to your lawyer, to get them to simply confirm that this is unlawful.
At this time, yes.
And this is nonsense.
Until it can be documented.
This is
properly,
nonsense.
Yes.
And by doing so...
What are you getting angry for?
I'm not getting angry.
Okay, you're raising your voice, you've stood up.
No, I'm not. I'm stood up because we were going to leave.
Okay.
So now...
Very amicable so far.
Yes, so please don't start making more of this. I am saying, right, and I can step back if you're too bothered.
I feel fine, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah. Why are you holding your phone?
Because that's recording as well.
Okay. You should have let me know that right from the start.
Well, no, I don't have to.
We're in a private place at the moment. You informed me of the GoPro.
Well, I'm in a or as far as I'm concerned, I'm in a public place.
Not at the moment because I informed you when we came in the room.
Yes, but you've allowed me to carry on.
I allowed you the GoPro, not the voice recorder.
Well, what difference does it make?
You should still have informed me.
No, I disagree. But what do you want me to do now?
Okay, if you'd stop that one.
Why?
Well, because I've allowed you one.
What difference does it make?
Because I've allowed you one, sir.
Yes.
Out of the goodness, you've been good, I'm being good to you. We're doing it in private, so we're not in speaking in front of everyone out there. So,
I don't mind being out there,
okay.
But...
So we've kind of gone past the GoPro, and now suddenly I found out you're recording it on an additional model. And I'm just asking you out of courtesy to turn it off. No, then I would decline. I'm in a public place, so... You're not in a public place, and I've informed you that numerous times, but that's fine.
Okay, so this is all on camera, right? Yeah. I'm just letting you know. This will go online, right? Because
this is a public place. You're perfectly entitled to film.
Because
is that voice recording or video recording?
It's voice recording.
Okay, so it can be left on the side. Doesn't need to be pointed at me.
Why does it make you feel uncomfortable?
It does a little bit, yeah. If you want to just put it down for me, that's fine.
I would respectfully like to decline, unless
you're really not working with me here. I'm trying my best to work with you, but we can go down that route if you so wish.
What route? Route? Now we can clearly see Pc Davy made numerous false allegations. 1. By stating I was getting angry. I certainly was not. 2. Pathetically trying to justify his allegations by absurdly stating that me standing up was evidence of anger. Moments after he stood up, I hasten to add. You can see this was stated as I was trying to hold him to account for his conduct and refusal to act. Now, either Pc Davy intentionally made false claims in order to try to provoke an emotional reaction from me, in order to try to bring criminal charges against me or harmful notes on my file, or is mentally deranged, suffering from paranoia, where he takes perfectly reasonable, ordinary behaviour as a threat. And the reason I say threat is because if you harbour anger, the next step on from anger can be some form of physical force or violence. It is a very significant false allegation made by the officer, given the powers they have of physical brute force against an individual, with their powers of arrest and criminal prosecution or other malicious action. As you can see, I stepped back from the officer, as I wanted it made perfectly clear that there was no threat whatsoever in order to disarm his provocative conduct. As I stepped back, you can clearly hear Pc Davy stated he felt fine, indicating there was no need for me to step back, evidencing he knew all along I was not angry, as there was no threat of physical violence. Now, in the clip of me recording Pc Davy on the phone, you can see his irrational behaviour, as it is clearly ridiculous if you are already being filmed to not want a second camera used. It would be as crazy as me making a drama out of an officer recording me with a body-worn camera whilst being filmed by half a dozen CCTV cameras in the police station. You can also see he stated he would take things down a road with me, indicating some kind of foul play by himself. Well, we can see the foul play. This is no way for an officer to act against a victim of crime who is recording for his own safety and to hold the corrupt police force to account, which these video clips with the false allegation prove that it was absolutely necessary for me to record. Now, in relation to the officer in the high-vis vest in Cardiff police station in May 2024, you can hear he is particularly argumentative, despite me trying to de-escalate the situation by stepping back from him. He was totally misusing his power and was acting as a little dictatorial, authoritarian tyrant, attempting to state I cannot be animated, and attempting to voice and continued in his provocative and argumentative conduct. You can see I stepped back a second time in order to further try to calm him down, to try to de-escalate the situation and to make it visually clear beyond all doubt that I am no threat should he try to bring some false criminal charge such as a public order charge against me. You can see the physical communication of stepping back totally disarmed the little tyrant attitude, and he was left with nowhere to go with that, with his mouth slapping together but no words coming out. You can also observe his strange eye movement after I had peacefully and respectfully disarmed his provocative conduct, where there is a strange flash of the eyes to the side. It is a very odd look. It looks like a flash of anger or maybe utter bewilderment, not knowing what to do now, and instead having to listen to me and accept the point I was trying to make, that he was previously arguing against and resisting looking at. He was indirectly stating I was not calm. The next claim was I was being animated. I never knew animated was a crime. You can see the little weak tyrant mind creeps, looking for something to have on you. Obviously seeing that this was going nowhere, then proceeded to argue with me about his response if I did start shouting and being aggressive, a totally dumb, pointless argument against a person who was not shouting and who was treating him with respect and trying to calm him down. I step back as I know the danger that exists with slippery, tyrannical and corrupt police officers making serious false allegations that police partake in on a regular basis. If you do not know what I'm talking about, then you should watch YouTube videos of police interaction with the auditors as they misuse their powers and law.